Hi there, everybody. I'm Mairead and today I'm here at one of my favorite local charities. I'm here with Sherry, the Executive Director of Mother House Helping Mothers. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for coming. I love that you're spotlighting this wonderful work, and it's great to have you.
Yeah, the first time I met you, I was here with Impact, which is a huge grant giver to your organization, and I was just so touched that I thought it would be good to come back because I think a lot of people in Sarasota don't know about Mothers Helping Mothers, and I think it's such an incredible, important topic and how we can give back. So tell us a little bit about the history of Mothers Helping Mothers.
Sure. Well, first, it started by just basically a bunch of mothers wanting to help a mother, and that's kind of the theme that we've always kept integrated into what we do.
Yeah.
It is about caring. It's about neighbor to neighbor. And so they saw a mom that was in need and she didn't have anything, so they rallied up their things and gave it to her. And then they realized they had more stuff, so they went to find more moms. And then it went to garages and warehouses, and here we are today. And thanks to Impact 100, they helped purchase this building and expand. So we went from helping that one mom to now annually we're over about 3,000 families a year. A lot of people think that Mothers is, because we've been doing this for 35 years now, they think it's just a store full of free stuff. Mm-hmm. So think Goodwill. So instead of bringing your things to Goodwill, you bring them to us, and we have this beautiful store downstairs. But actually what it is it's a support service. It is a place of dignity and hope and compassion. So when moms come here for the free stuff, what they're getting is somebody to listen to their story, to see them, to hear them, and also then to connect them, which was the most important part, is to connect them to resources that they need to help stabilize them. So this is really about building stability in the families that we serve.
And building up their self-esteem so they feel like they can take those next steps because they're so broken.
Absolutely.
When they come through those doors, and you can feel the love when you walk through the door. I mean, you see the kids, you see the staff, you can feel the warmth in the building, which I love.
You absolutely do.
What do moms do if they need help? Like, how do they start? Can they just drive up or walk up?
So it's basically as simple as going online on our website and making an appointment. Okay. And you get an appointment, you show up. We do ask for some basic information so that we, are accountable for what we're doing with donors' dollars and the stuff we give out. But we know how many kids they have. We know as their kids age, how old they are. So that when we are providing them things that we have to spend money on, like car seats and pack and plays and safety equipment.
So it's expensive stuff too. Yeah.
We also can be a safe steward of that, and we know that that person might have already gotten one, so we'll remind them that no, we already give you that.
Yeah.
But while they're here, they can come at once every 4 months by appointment, like I said, and receive all their services, and then shop the store, and also participate in special events.
That's incredible. So, like, if people out there that want to support you, what's the best way to do that? Members of our community to support Mothers Helping Mothers.
We always are in need of things like baby equipment that's used. We don't take car seats or cribs that are used.
Is it safety regulations?
Yeah, it's a liability on that. So, plus, we find most of our clients, they're living in motels, they're living in extended stay living places, they're couch surfing, they might be in their cars. Yeah. So cribs are not the number one things that they need, but pack and plays and baby paraphernalia, anything baby. The other thing people don't realize is we need housewares. Our goal is to get them out of an extended stay where they're paying like sometimes up to $3,000 a month because they're having to work 3 jobs to cover that week-to-week paycheck because their credit was ruined or whatever. So we're trying to move them into stable housing and help work with agencies to do that. Well, when they do move into that situation, they have nothing. They don't have any forks, knives, bedding, sheets. Yeah. So we work with other agencies, and we have a beautiful, just like I said, store downstairs that they can shop and get those items when they're setting up their first new place.
And that's really expensive. I mean, I work with clients all the time selling property, and you hear from first-time home buyers, oh my gosh, Mairead, I have to put blinds in, I have to need rugs, all that stuff, it adds up.
Exactly.
So that's a tremendous help.
So all of that stuff comes here. Like I said, we take the clothing for the entire family, toys, decor, home, anything that makes a house a home, anything that you can give as a gift. Because if the moms are using our store to shop, think about that. They don't have to spend that dollar on something else. Instead, they can redirect it, pay for their housing, put food on the table. And that's our goal, is how do we stabilize them so they don't become homeless? And if they can use this store once every 4 months to gather what they need as their kids grow and their sizes change, then that's great. And some of our families, they only come once, in a season. Maybe things were difficult. Maybe there was a divorce and now she's a single mom and she has to regroup. So she might use it for a year, and see us. And then we might not see her for a long time until maybe there's another incident. So that's okay. That's okay.
So this next question I think is going to be hard for you to condense, but what are you most proud of? I know when I first arrived, you showed me the expansion, which is incredible, but so many things to be proud of, but what are you most proud of?
There is. I think, and I'm going to try not to cry when I say this because I'm in a teary mood today, but just a sentimental moment.
I'm going to start crying.
I'm most proud of the volunteers that are here because they show up every time with just an open heart of compassion and love. And stop, don't cry. And that is what makes Mothers so unique, is special, is that we don't pay people to show up. They show up because they have a heart for these people that we serve, and they enjoy it. And the moms that come here, they can see that and they feel that love and the connection and just being seen. This is a place of, I call it Switzerland. There is no politics here. There is no opinion. There's no judgment. You just literally see a person, and whatever the situation is and circumstances, they're here today and you're happy to see them. And that's what every volunteer brings here. And no matter what happens, and some come for a season and then leave, and we think, oh, how are we going to do this without that person? Well, another one shows up. And
so it constantly provides.
It is. And every time something changes here and you think, uh-oh, what's happening now? It's just space for us to grow. So like you said,
that's a good way to think about it.
It is. I don't panic. I've been here long enough.
It's like change,
this place is just absolutely blessed. And what we do here is so important that it just keeps giving. The right things come every single time. We are, like you mentioned, we're building an 1,800 square foot expansion on the other side to this building that we own outright. Very proud of that. And then when I got the first electric bill, I said, oh, we're not paying for that either. So we raised money and got solar, so we're fully green and we have no electric bill either.
That's great.
Yeah.
Especially here.
Right. So literally, if I could get rid of insurance, that's about the only bills we've got.
Anybody out there that want to help with insurance?
We use grants to cover those things, but because we're a 99% volunteer-run organization and we own the property, we own all our vehicles, we have zero debt.
Love that.
Those things allow every dollar donated to be funneled right back into these programs. And we have over 20 different programs now that are helping the moms in different situations.
Love that. What's the biggest challenge right now as an organization for you?
Oh, the biggest challenge is always just to pretty much keep up with the growth. Sadly, you're in real estate, so the property is just getting more expensive. Housing is getting harder and harder.
Affordable housing in Sarasota is definitely a challenge. I mean, talk about city workers that are employed by the city that have, it's very challenging.
And we try to, we're members of, teams and committees and stuff to have a voice for our clients. We try to advocate for them and make it known that something has got to be done. These are the people who are working for all the wealthy people that do live here, who's cleaning their houses, who's doing their yard work, who's working on their cars and working on their teeth. I had an EMT come in the other day in uniform, and I thought, wow, and we know we see all the services that they're on, so we know they're all working class poor, and that's the hard part.
And everything is so expensive today.
Everything is so expensive these days. So thank goodness that this is a very charitable county. It's just crazy how much giving happens here. The store is blessed with beautiful, merchandise that just keeps showing up to give for free to everybody. But we need donors and dollars because, like I said, the need keeps growing. Babies keep coming. Options for birth control or things are getting reduced. So babies are coming faster than ever now, and they need car seats, and those are expensive. They need bedding, they need clothes, they need all that stuff. So diapers, wipes.